Welcome, one and all. I'm Mike the Digital Kid, and this is PC Tengine, my chronological examination of every game released for the PC Engine, also known as the Turbografx 16. Going by the Japanese release date for every hue card, I'm going to give myself 10 minutes to play each game and tell you what I think of it. Today's game is Keith Courage and Alpha Zones, also known as Mashin Hero Wataru. Keith Courage was actually fairly well known due to the fact that it was the pack-in game included in the North American release of a full Turbografx 16 console. So anyone who got a TG16 back in the day, fresh out of the box in the US, would have likely played this. But it doesn't seem to have the highest regarded reputation for the system for some reason among retro gamers. But old school gamers have likely played this one at some point in their lives, and if you can believe it, it's actually a licensed title based on the anime series Mashin or Spirit Hero Wataru. But my anime knowledge is horribly poor. Although from what I can glean, the action-adventure nature of the show sounded like it lent itself pretty well to being translated into a video game. So how does it hold up? Is it a decent game, or is it about what you'd expect from a licensed title? Well, let's hit the timer and find out. And the 1, and the 2, and the start. Oops. Slight delay due to the title screen taking a few seconds. Oh well. Anyway, this is Keith Courage. I guess Wataru in the Japanese version. Alright, I guess, rock and roll then. Watch out for falling rocks and whatnot. Alright, well, he tells you to expect the weapons, but you have absolutely nothing for gold at this point. So... hospital bills, am I right? Alright, well, English translation is what it is, so... But yeah, this here's Keith Courage. The first half, anyway. This game can actually be divided into two considerable halves. They're both action platformers, but one noticeably plays a lot faster than the other. This is not the fast one. Keith runs at a pretty leisurely pace here. No, he doesn't even run, it's more like a saunter more than anything. Now I'm a little under the wallet here, I'm afraid. I kinda like this music. It's jaunty. It feels like something you hear in an Old West saloon or something. Anyway, make it to the end of one of the human segments, and then you transform into a robot. As you can see, the pace is much faster, the enemies are more ominous. I have what looks like a laser sword now. And I'm fighting this thing that has a gun for a head. For some reason, though, I don't seem to be taking damage when I get hit. Oh, I'm not playing on a jinxed ROM here, am I? Yeah, I gotta test something. Oh, okay. So I actually can suffer damage. I thought this was a bugged ROM. I remember a long time ago when I had a ROM of China Warrior, I had no idea that I was completely invincible. I just thought that's how the game was supposed to be, but no, it was a hacked ROM where I was invincible, and I got all the way to the end of the game. And it was totally unwarranted. But that was China Warrior. This is Keith Courage and Alpha Zones. For the most part, I think I like these segments better, these underworld segments, better than the overworld ones. You take a lot of punishment, you deal it out in spades. You have these giant gunhead guys. I got an extra life. Extra heart, rather. But yeah. I wish I could tell you more about the anime series this is based off of, but... No, it's an 80s action-adventure anime. Anime is not my strong suit to explain things. but it was a series by Sunrise, a Spirit Hero Wataru. And Sunrise is generally reliable for good stuff. I mean, they're the guys behind Gundam, for one thing, so... But yeah, beat the first boss and we immediately transitioned to Area 2, where we're back in slow mode. Oh, these overworld segments remind me a good deal of Monster Boy. Health cost inflation. Well, what do you know? Is that like anything like the minus zone? I have no idea. Is it? Oh, okay, I see. Already the levels are pulling some interesting gimmicks. This isn't quite Gravity Man from Mega Man 5, or if you will, the Balrog ship from Strider. I'm talking about other video games, hopefully ones that you know what I'm talking about, but if you don't, those are very good games by Capcom. God, everything's being inflated. You expect me to grind up for money? Screw you, old man. I've got my blade and that's all I need. Okay. Yeah, the Nova suit, that's what the thing is called that you transform into. But yeah. Keith Courage, for whatever reason, is kind of seen now as a fairly meh game, all things considered. And no, I'm not going to grind up for money. I gotta demonstrate stuff. I gotta go on the fly here. So we're just going to charge in without that Brave Sword and see how far it gets us. Okay, something tells me I'm going to regret this. Infinite supply of skulls here. I don't know if they drop any hearts. No, I don't think they do. Oh well. Okay, so I do go down then. Alright, that's fair. Oops! Well, Keith was courageous, but, it wasn't strong enough. Alright, let's try that again. Maybe I should have gotten that Brave Sword, but I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. Ow. So yeah, I guess Keith Courage was maybe kind of intended as a mascot, but it was based on a licensed series, and, you know, I'm not sure how often, like, an anime hero becomes the mascot of a video game console. Like, maybe if Bandai were to release their own game console at some point in the future, it would be, spearheaded by Goku or something. No, there would not be a definitive mascot for the PCE until the PC Genjin came along. Yep, the adorable little... Okay, this part is frustrating. I'm getting knocked back by these rocks. But yeah, this was quite a couple... Okay, this is really starting to cheese me off, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, enough with the rocks. Enough with these meatballs just flying out of nowhere. Oh, okay, jeez. That was an ordeal. Alright, jumping physics, fine. Okay, let's not blow it. Okay, good. Roll with this. That was awful. Okay, boss time. Okay, this is a weird boss. It's Frankenstein's monster's head. He's trying to whip me to death. And I think I got... Okay. He got aggressive there, but that was actually a little easier than the first boss, I thought. I mean, there were two of the first boss. There was only one of that guy. Jaunty Western tune again. Oh, apparently if you die, you lose half your gold. It is what it is. Well, golden cats are apparently pretty lucky. But yeah, I don't know if Keith Courage was ever intended to be a mascot, but again, since it is based on an anime series, I don't know, it's hard to say. I mean, whenever you have a giant anime media franchise... Okay. You know, lots of video games are inevitably based off of it, like all the video games that Hokuto no Ken got back in the day, and still does up to this point. But, yeah, you know, it's a game based off of an anime, and it's very vaguely mascotish, but, it's pretty straightforward. It's honestly not a bad game, but I can't think of much to say about it. It feels like kind of a more... It reminds me a bit of Wonder Boy in Monsterland, or if you will, Bikurimon World. Although it's certainly not as good as a Wonder Boy game. I'm sorry to say. It's like Wonder Boy Light. I just wish that your hero moved faster in the overworld. Oh my god, that's a lot of money. I wish I'd gotten that earlier. Still out of my price range. Oh, well. Oh, thanks for shopping, thanks for playing, thanks for Keith Courage, but I'm afraid that's all we've got time for. Maybe I'll explore this one later in a long play or something. Might be worth going further into to see what, you know, the original TG16's pack-in title was like, but it's a pretty straightforward game, all things considered. Not the best remembered, and certainly there are better platformers released for the PCE/TG16, but you know, this one was decent for what it was. It gave, you know, people who bought the TG16 in the West a taste of something to look forward to. So, it certainly... Whoa, my voice broke there, holy crap. It certainly has its place in NEC history. If it's not particularly great today, then, you know, it is what it is. I mean, for all I know, the anime is better remembered in Japan than the game, but again, that's not my area of expertise, so I couldn't tell you much. I should have watched an episode of the anime to tell you more. Yeah, well, I don't have time for these things nowadays. But anyway, this has been Keith Courage and Alpha Zones. I'm Mike, the Digital Kid. Thank you for watching this episode of PC Tengine. I'll be back next time with something hopefully good. Until then, you take care and peace, and I will see you around.